Hi everyone, it's September 28th, and it's a gorgeous autumn day, and I'm standing here in our picnic pavilion because we're going to have our great picnic on Sunday, our annual parish picnic, right after the 10:30 Mass. Hope you can come. Anybody's invited to come, and we're going to be using for the first time these beautiful tables that Gary and many men of the parish assembled and built, and all the materials were funded completely by our Knights of Columbus. So we have these great tables now, so we don't have to haul tables back and forth for the annual parish picnic, which we have always had to do in the past. So hope you all can come. Now, please note though that if it rains, we're going to go ahead anyway, but we're going to do it indoors, and we won't be able to use our beautiful picnic tables yet. But we will be having our picnic indoors in the social hall, so it's going to happen, rain or shine. Hopefully shine, and hopefully right here. Well, today I want to tell you about some colorful characters that the church honors today. The first of which is Saint Wenceslas. You all know the Christmas carol, "Good King Wenceslas went out on the feast of Stephen." Well, that's a Christmas carol because the feast of Stephen is the day after Christmas. But Wenceslas has nothing to do with Christmas, nor was he a king. He did come from a noble family in the 10th century, but he eventually became the Duke of Bohemia. But when his father died when he was young, he was educated and in the Christian faith, especially taught to love Jesus by his saintly grandmother, Ludmila, who was murdered later by Wenceslas's own mother, who was Ludmila's daughter. So, interesting thing about Wenceslas is that if you think you've got problems in your family, ain't nothing to what he had. And there's more to come on that. So, but when Wenceslas assumed power when he was 15 years old, and he was a thoroughly Christian soul, a real lover of Jesus Christ, and this is what is said of him as a ruler, as the Duke of Bohemia. He was charitable to the poor, and he would clothe the naked, feed the hungry, and offer hospitality to travelers according to the summons of the gospel. He loved all his people, rich and poor. So this remarkable young man eventually married and had a son. Notable about Wenceslas too, in the way that he ruled, is that he did not exact revenge for the murder of his saintly grandmother, nor did he place into permanent exile his mother for having sided with the anti-Catholic party and killing his grandmother, because Wenceslas sought to soften the harsh penalties that were in use in his day. But when Wenceslas had a son, his younger brother Boleslas thought, uh-oh, this is going to threaten any chance I have at the succession. So Boleslas invites his holy brother, Wenceslas, to a church to celebrate the festival of Saints Cosmas and Damian. That feast is on September 26th. So Wenceslas goes to the church to celebrate this religious feast as part of his faith. And inside the church, his brother Boleslas is waiting for him and strikes his head with a sword, and he is killed. So Wenceslas died at the age of 22 and really made a mark as a very holy young man who did the best to love all his people, as we heard, rich or poor. So today, the church honors Saint Wenceslas. Now the church also honors today, fast forward to the 17th century, a Filipino who was a husband and father. His name was Lawrence Ruiz. And Lawrence joined some Dominican missionaries to go to Japan to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ there. Whether his motives were pure or not is in question, because he went with the Dominican missionaries to avoid arrest for a crime of which he was accused. Now, I do not know whether he actually committed that crime or not, but he fled with the Dominican missionaries to Japan. But something happened to him there that must have really, no matter what he had done, if he had done anything wrong, he really had a turnaround, especially in Japan with these Dominican missionaries. He was in fact educated when he was a young person by the Dominicans. He was taught the gospel by them. And in the face of a terrible persecution of Christians in Japan, Lawrence Ruiz stepped up to the plate. And along with a number of other Dominicans who were either Dominican friars or those associated with the Dominicans, like Lawrence Ruiz was, he gave his life for Jesus. And this is what he said as he stood before the authorities who were going to, the Japanese judges who were going to sentence him to death for his faith. He said, "I am a Christian. I shall die for God, and for him I would give many thousands of lives. So do with me what you please." So today the church honors these two holy men, both of them laymen, St. Wenceslas and St. Lawrence Ruiz. So have a great day, and I'll see you at the picnic.